Now, in the last Parliament, there were many highs and there were many lows. But if you want a lesson in how to ask an effective parliamentary question, then the man I'm about to introduce did it beautifully. Standing up and looking at Boris Johnson squarely in the eyes, he challenged him with a sort of righteous indignation on the question of what he had said previously about Muslim women. We are hugely proud to have the first turban-wearing Sikh in any parliament in Europe in our party, Tan Dahisi. Tan. Thank you.
Friends, comrades, colleagues, let us be under no illusion. This is truly a battle for the very heart and soul of our nation. Never before, arguably, has there been such a divisive, opportunistic, and a charlatan of a Prime Minister as we have today, who, through his own personal remarks, not the remarks of his associates or other members of the party, through his own personal remarks from his own tongue, from his own mind, has thrown minority communities and people of faith and race under the bus, literally, on umpteen occasions. There is a long list, a litany of Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson's sexist, racist, and homophobic remarks, which have helped to normalize and increase hate crime towards minority communities. And to this date, there is still no apologies. And even when the likes of me, as David rightly said, when the likes of me have challenged him in Parliament, to date, there has been no independent inquiry on Islamophobia within the Conservative Party, despite him and his Chancellor promising that on national television. And the Tories thought fit that, despite all of that history, to foist him upon all of us as our nation's Prime Minister. But I am incredibly proud of our Labour Party's rich and diverse and proud history when it comes to fighting for minority and faith communities. In 1984, when the Sikh community was under attack, when our most sacred shrine was attacked, it was the likes of Jeremy Corbyn holding up placards and standing up for our human rights. And when black South Africans were facing persecution, it was the likes of Jeremy Corbyn holding up placards when the Tory party thought fit to wear T-shirts emblazoned with "Hang Nelson Mandela, he is a terrorist." It was the Labour movement which stood in solidarity with black South Africans long before it became popular and more fashionable amongst the Tories and those that had nothing to do with standing up for their human rights. And I am very, very pleased by the wonderful Dawn Butler and the incredible Race and Faith Manifesto that her and her team have helped to establish. And within that, there is an independent inquiry, a public review, to establish the extent of the then Thatcher government's involvement within the 1984 storming of the Golden Temple, and also something which Indian communities have been asking for a long time from the Tory government, and they have not budged, and that is an official apology from the Prime Minister of our country for the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in 1919. And as we try to come to terms with our collective colonial history and learn from past mistakes, I think that Dawn and her team have done an incredible job in setting up the Educational Emancipational Trust. So we can be very, very proud of this document. Once again, the Labour Party leading the way. And talking about activism, it is now an incredible and wonderful honour for me to be introducing to you a housing activist who ran an amazing and successful campaign. Can we have a big, big round of applause for the wonderful Litsa Begum?